peeps? Locking down the truth with Marci Lock. So, I had a question from someone who said they continue to, on a sales call process, or what I call an interview to fuck yes fit on both sides call, how they would continue to get people that were like, they want the program, they want the thing, and they're like, well, when I can, make some money, when I can manifest some money, when I can get this, then I can do it. So I want to break this down for you of what's really happening here. Because if this has either been you or this is what you're experiencing, let's look at the truth of what's really going on. Anytime you want something and you're not moving towards it in some way, the truth is you're in some sort of bullshit story, excuse, or validation that you can't have it. And you think you might be doing something to actually get it, but why do you never get to the result? So I want to break this down for you, especially anybody that's struggling with money. It was Tony Robbins who said it's not about your resources, it's about your resourcefulness. So let's say for instance, I'm going to use the example of somebody going after the body and say that they want to, get the results with the body, and they start going towards it, and all of a sudden what happens is something happens to keep them from getting it, like an injury. Okay, now if an injury stops them and they go, oh yeah, I was going to do that race and then I injured my ankle. I was working out at the gym and I injured my ankle. AKA, you created resistance in your life to stop you from getting it, because then it was a valid reason you weren't failing, simply because your inner bullshit said, I'm too scared to have it. I'm unworthy of having a healthy body. I'm unworthy and undeserving of living in health, of rocket energy. Maybe there's belief systems or perceptions around, I'm afraid I'm going to get attention. I don't want to be seen, or negative attention, or I'm going to get attacked, whatever it is, or be judged. Whatever it is why you will create an internal block or resistance from doing the behavior to continue to have it. Now, your ego mind from this now knows exactly how to trigger you, exactly what will work to keep you in your comfort zone. It knows, after being with you all these years, its job is to keep you in what you believe deep down and what you think you deserve and you're worthy of, to keep you there in that comfort zone that's safe. It's comfy and safe, right? And so what happens is the ego mind now knows the tricks and secrets to trigger you, to keep you operating out of your scared, smaller self instead of operating out of your higher self that knows you are an infinite, limitless creator. And so what happens is you get close to that comfort zone, injury happens, you go, oh, I can't because. So then, what happens a couple months later? You're like, oh man, I really want the body. So you start doing this stuff again. And then what happens? Another injury happens, sickness happens. Something with the body will happen because you've already said, every time I'm about to step out of that comfort zone, do this, it'll shut me down. So guess what? If money is your same story, if money is your shit, when I have the money, when I make the money, then I can do this. Let's break this down to what you just declared. Okay, so you say, when I do this, then I can do it. So you just declared someday. Not only in that, you said at the time, I'm not worthy, I'm not giving myself permission. If I had the money, then I'd do this. So you're saying, my circumstances depend on something outside of me. I'm not worthy, I'm not giving myself permission, I'm not saying I want it, I can have it. I'm saying, if I had this, then I'd be worthy of having it. But I don't, so when I do, then I can have this. So someday. So then you think, oh, I'm gonna go make the money. I'm gonna go do something, I'm gonna create the money. Great awareness, you think that's a great first step, but what happens is, right in the moment when you declared, I can't because, which is bullshit story, excuse, or validation, you said someday. So you go make the money, and guess what? Some sort of shit shows up with it, some sort of resistance to take the money, so you're in the exact same place. Because you declared in that moment, someday, I'm not worthy, I can't have. Now, I get it. Because I was a $2 an hour waitress with 2 little boys to feed, single mom, when I had $10 to my name, making $2 an hour, and I invested in my first $15,000 coach. Now, based on my circumstance, if I said, well, when I make the money, okay, I'm going to strive for that someday, I would still be in the exact same place, living by the same bullshit stories, excuses, and validations to keep me in that comfort zone. Instead, I knew for my money shit to change, I had to do something different. So it wasn't looking at my circumstances. My circumstances didn't matter. What was right now was just from all my shit in the past. I knew I wanted something different, and the only way to learn something different or get something different was to learn it and implement different things into my life. So I had to ask, what could be possible? How else could this work? What else can I try? And it was like, oh, do you do a payment plan? Okay, cool. Okay, so that much is my first payment. How could I create that? What can I do? And then I was fucking invested in myself to implement the stuff I learned to create a different life. I'm not living by the beach here after being a $2 an hour waitress with $10 to my name and 2 little boys to feed because I chose to look at my circumstance. So tune in, guys. This is why you don't have the results you do. If you're ever saying win, it's always going to be someday, and you'll always stay in the same place. This is Marci Lock, reminding you power choice is yours. Choose your best life. Lock it down.